Social cost of cocaine addiction. Addiction of any sort is debilitating for the addict and very upsetting for the family and friends. Besides the risk to the addict, there are other even more far-reaching effects of cocaine addiction. Cocaine addiction makes the addict behave in ways that can cause confusion and upset for those around him. His responsibility level drops significantly, and he becomes very unreliable and is usually not very pleasant to have around due to his unpredictable behavior. One's possessions can start going missing as the addict needs to feed his habit, and this takes money. You have to pay to continue with your drug addiction. Many addicts turn to stealing or selling their bodies. These are the potential long-term effects of being an addict. If they are still at school, their grades start to plummet, and this opens the door to the school system enforcing further addictive drugs on them. The problem just worsens. If they're working, their lessened responsibility makes them a liability in the workplace, and they very often lose their jobs. These are the social consequences, but what of the consequences for the family? Many families are under economic or work pressures. To have the increased concern for a loved one who is addicted can just be the last straw that breaks the camel's back. What of the health consequences for a loved one who is addicted to cocaine? Cocaine addiction can lead to serious health problems. Basically, drugs are poisons. The amount that is taken determines the effect. A small amount acts as a stimulant, a greater amount as a sedative, and a larger amount acts as a poison and can kill one. That's the physical health consequences, but what about the mental consequences? Cocaine addiction can make one start to act crazy. It starts in a very mild way with increasingly more irritability, inability to do normal routine day-to-day activities that were not a problem before, to paranoia and even psychoses. The dangers inherent in cocaine addiction are therefore not just a loved one's physical health but his mental health too, and, often overlooked, the possibility of being caught in a crime in order to be able to feed the habit and the possibility of failing at school and/or losing a job. It affects every part of an addict's life, personal, family, and social. This makes it even more important to get the cocaine addiction resolved. In most cases, people become addicted to an inability to deal with some or other situation in their life. No one but the addict knows exactly what the situation is, or was that lead to their cocaine addiction. It might have been to fit in with his peers. It might have been a problem at school or with a family member. There is any number of factors that could have led to the cocaine addiction, and one of the most important factors in finding a cocaine addiction treatment program is to ensure that no one makes him feel worse about it or presumes to know why he got into trouble in the first place. It is extremely harmful for someone to do this to him, and will only set him back more. An ideal program would be one that undertakes withdrawal in the least uncomfortable and most effective manner, using only vitamins and minerals, and help him get through it. Do not allow the use of other drugs, including meds, to get your loved one off drugs. The second part of an ideal program would be to fully detoxify their body of all the drug residues which, if let in place, could make the person revert to drugs later. These residues are stored in the fatty tissue of the body and need to be dislodged and removed from their body. The third part of an ideal program would be to the person fully rehabilitated as a being so that the need for any crutch in life is not necessary, as he is able to confront and deal with the problems of living and enjoy life fully.
For more content like this, please visit learnforfree.biz.
Content produced and distributed by AllSuperInfo. All rights reserved.
Discover the proven formula for automated sales and success that you can apply to your business in under 30 minutes.
Reserve your seat at allsuper.info/webinar.